Hello, good morning. It's Barbara, and I'm just going to try to go cold on this video just so I can get it filmed for memory's sake. It is April 24th of 2023, and this was created for a friend I met on YouTube. We did a swap around Christmas of last year, just a nice tag swap, and we corresponded and watch each other's channels and just kind of haven't built up a nice little relationship. And she had asked if she could purchase a journal, and I don't typically sell them, but I figured since we built up a friendship, I'd make her one. So we did kind of a barter because she didn't want to not pay me somehow for the effort. And she sent me some packages, which I will also film on YouTube when I do open them. But I wanted to wait until I finished her journal, and I think if it's not done, it's almost there. So we're going to go through it together. I made a nature journal for her. It's got, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. It's pretty large. I did not measure it, but it's kind of standard fat book size. I did a fabric cover. I used cardboard from a cereal box, covered it with some fabric that I thought was pretty nature colors. I used Fabri-Tac to glue on some doilies that I cut off of. As you can see, this is my doily cut table. It's dual purpose, but I made her a tassel, which she can remove if she doesn't care for it, or she would like to use some of the things. She could just unsnip this and maybe take off some of the things that I made. But I did a tiny trinket journal as part of it. I put some charms and broken jewelry, a little wooden paper clip I thought was cute, a little key. She likes dragonflies, so I added some dragonflies. Used a paper clip to adhere this. It says grow grow. Somebody made that for me. I got it in a swap. A little heart, and just a variety of things. So I just thought it was cute put together. And a little turtle charm, another dragonfly. So so there's me practicing making tassels. And the front cover is a topper made out of some burlap and corrugated cardboard with some lace, a little bit of modern bling. This is an antler that my father cut a long time ago and drilled some holes in to make it a button. Some vintage buttons that I collect. These are some these are modern embellishments, metal type embellishments. You see I did metal corners, but these are vintage fabric ribbons and little pom-poms. This also is a cut by my dad, was from his black walnut tree, and my mom used to use those as buttons when she did reenactor clothing. So she likes butterflies. I tried my hand to layer it so that it would look nice. The clip is, I rusted a couple of pacifier clips, so it can be totally removed, or she could just flip up one. If she decides to make it bigger, I left her enough ribbon with the rusted safety pin that she could just open that up and make it larger if she'd like, or even add a new ribbon to it. So on the inside, you can see the first page. I put a little vintage hanky tucked in this belly band made out of some stretchy fabric or elastic. I made her a quilted heart with an old button sewed on there with a pretty ribbon. So I included a coaster with some pretty birds on it, and then this fun pasteurized milk bottle cap. So that's just funsy stuff. I used tickets to make tabs, and I think I've mentioned, if you've ever watched any of my videos, I've mentioned these before. I found hundreds and hundreds of these tickets in a packet at an antique store, and I bought them somebody had taken, and where it says 35 cents, they wrote 50 cents, where you can kind of see the little black marker on every single one of them. I couldn't believe it. So I tried covering them in different ways, but I made some glossy accents on tags and just kind of thought they'd be fun to hold something. But I made a journal card out of a player's card and some paper. This came from somebody's freebie on the internet. I can't remember. I wish I was better at keeping track. But like I said, here's those 50 cent ticket things. And then torn from a magazine, just something to make it look like a little nature. Seashells I thought would fit good with this. This is just a little paper clip with saying on it. This one comes out, so you can journal on your paper. It has some journal cards in it. Tried to keep with nature, with flowers and greenery. It's going to be very eclectic, I guess that's the word, because I didn't really use any matching packages. I tried my hand at a little specimen card with a little purple flower in it, and then you can unfold this and journal on it. There's, I thought I made a couple pages, but it looks like I glued them together. Oopsie. Okay, so that was supposed to come down, but that'll work anyway. And then we'll just clip that back on to the page. I'm trying not to make this one too long because it is a big journal, so we'll flip through a lot of this stuff kind of quick. I just got back from a trip with my sisters, which was a lot of fun. I don't know that I showed the back. I used a little sparkle blue stamped in the pages, corners. I like doing that. I think it makes a pretty effect, even when the stamp doesn't come out 100% perfect. There should be cards in here, and there are. Here we go. Pulls it out. Little sparkle's always fun. Then we have this page where I stamped and put a little cluster, glued a little cluster on there. You flip it over, and here's some more cards. And then she can use these. I like to cut out these urns and then stick these die cuts out. And those are Tim Holtz, I'm sure. Some butterflies she said she liked. And I used a little blue ribbon just to make it have some kind of a texture and a little bit different effect. Some music paper. Punched a couple holes in here, clipped a little doily on there, put some beads so she can take them and use them if she doesn't want them there. Little card with dragonfly stamped on it, some writing paper she can use. This came from an old bag. Another one of the tabs, it says kind, number 2. This is the center of the first signature. This came from a bush out on my parents' property. It's elderberry. Some of my folks used to do elderberry wine, elderberry pie, elderberry jam. Another nature is the art of God, another card. This also is a large card from a book. Some tags tucked in here. This one is glued. And then it has a little pocket where these two are tucked. So I hope it doesn't drive her crazy that won't come out. And here's another card, which is some torn paper that I had coffee dyed and inked. Include one of those cardboard keys. I think that came from the Dollar Tree. A fabric ruffle, a little die cut of a bird, another book page, little gardening card you could use, the little stamped word. And then this page, since this was double and I sewed it, it tore, and I decided that would make a good place to stuff some more tags that I made. And this also is one like that. So just tucks right in there. And she can journal here. She can journal here. She can Number 3, I covered it with a word, listen to the seashells. Remember when you used to hold those up to your ear? And then this is a pocket made out of vintage playing cards. And you just tuck this right inside. There we go. A little fabric. She can journal here, whatever. There's a little bag. It was pretty interesting, which I stuffed some little cards in there for her. This one opens up and folds down like that. I watched someone make it. I wish I could remember who. I love it. It's a cute little interactive, fun to make things. And I will push those back in there. Some more nature paper with a little embellishment. And then a little hedgehog. You can stick things in here. I made some handmade tickets. Another one of the tags, the number. Another pocket with some tags and just some journaling spots or papers she can use in her journals that she creates. And here, this is embellished with a little fun tassel, black and cream, just like the page. This comes out of here. It's just a little paper. I had photocopied some of the doilies and cut them out. Another tag, another journaling card. I thought that was beautiful. And then some more kind of textured paper. This is stamped with stencil, a coffee dyed doily, another book page, nice little journaling card made from a coffee dyed index card, and I put this young lady on there with some of those twirlies, the little helicopters that you collect and throw in the air. So I thought that was pretty. The other pages. So we're at the, as you can see, we're at the center of signature 2. Got a napkin in there for her to use, another journaling card, couple of them, franken-papered, another vintage playing card. Embellished this page with a little bit of trim with leaves. I'm sure people have seen that everywhere. Another one of the envelopes, junk mail envelopes that you fold over the page, and it's by coffee dyed. So I also I used like a coffee dye with glue, and I just brush it on sometimes when I don't want to ink dye. And then this, of course, is napkin and some cutouts with just some cluster cards, just to kind of, this is Kool-Aid dyed index card, and then a tag that was collaged out. On the other side, we have just a die-cut ticket, and then this, it's neat. This came from Avon, I think, England. It's a coaster. Thought it was pretty cool. So that's in there for her, and we'll just clip that back on. Rusted paper clip with just a fabric tie. Then we're at number 5. We used a butterfly to hide the handwritten 50 cent. Got our mushrooms. We got this little sassy pants, again with the wings made out of the twirly birds on the bag. And I included some more collaged tags for her, and another doily she can use. I'll place those back in the bag. A pocket. These came from Louisa Heinzel. This index card was stamped with a little gardening stamp. I hand dyed this, and I used mica powder with it. So that was pretty fun. Another page. This one, I believe she commented on how she liked this. So I just ripped the corners off pages, glue them or sew them, and then I tuck things inside. So there, it's like a top-bottom pocket, torn, and then I gave her a recipe that I found. And here I thought it went with the, it actually went in the can of that book. Another tag, and then another collage tag, or cluster, I should say. Okay, another page that I stamped. I tried my hand at doing some of that weaving, sewed around it, thought it was pretty colors, used the elastic lace again, clipped on with the rusty paper clip a little piece here. She could take this out if she'd like to use it. And then I thought this lovely bird, it's pretty glossy, but it came from a calendar, and it collaged on the back of it, kind of folded it up to give her a little bit of a flip out, and punched and tied a little ribbon right down there. Then we have another rusty paper clip with some lace trim. This also was dyed with Kool-Aid spray, and I've got a little bit of a stationery right here. It's a card. The envelope I used as part of the book, so we'll just put that back on. Kind of tucked it in here. Put the card over here to hide that writing, and then we'll clip that back on. Number 6, we've got that. We've got a to-do list pocket, kind of in the library style, library card, and then a little piece of note paper, and a little piece of textured paper. And this one is a Monet, came out of a, I don't know, it was wrapped in saran wrap and whatnot. I guess you're supposed to frame it, but I thought it made a good signature page, center signature page for number 3. And here's just some torn ovals with another card that I dyed. I think I used blueberry on that one. A little piece of doily for another page from the stationery. This rust is rubbing off on there. It kind of makes it look cool, I think. Another dyed index card. This one I have a cart that I place these on, and then when it dries, kind of wicks the color out of here and leaves it. Another piece of the paper doily cut out, and then a piece of texture paper and a little tag, journal tag. Sorry about that. This is folded over. This is that envelope, the other side, and I cut it to use it as kind of a belly band. So put this little guy back on here. This guy's back on the other side. Clip it back down. Alright, another piece of journaling paper that I dyed a little light green. This is one of the junk mail envelopes made into a little pocket with a tag. A pretty butterfly cutout, some trim. Another copy dyed doily. And we're on to number 7. And that was the last page of that signature. So this is number 4. Wow. These are a swatch Augusta now I make this little number. It's pretty fun. Glued it on there as to use as a pocket with collage tags. Copy dyed paper, Kool-Aid dyed paper, using the mica. This is a little bit of a rusted lace with a It's a flat back doily thing. It was one of those bubble things from a wedding, wrapped around the bubbles, and I bought a bunch of them in a bag at a thrift shop. So a little page here. This is a hidden paper clip. Hidden paper clip. Gave her some little receipts I think I picked up from Dollar General. This is another one of those flip around tags. It's been stained. It's your pocket here. Journal card with a pocket here. You have a pocket here. And oh, I didn't put a card in there. Maybe I'll put those receipts in there. And maybe I won't. Anyway, put that back where that needs to go. Clumsy. Let's just stick this back on like that. And we have this one. I put some nature pictures from a calendar that I had. She can write some notes on the back if she'd like, or use them in future journals. They're a variety. I thought they were lovely. A nice shiny butterfly and a corner pocket, embellished with some lace. Another napkin and some journal cards. Hopefully we've seen enough rain. We won't get any more until we need it. I gotta go outside and do some yard work. A tag they were clipped on. A little die-cut butterfly. Envelope here. With another envelope. A card tucked inside. You can use. I love that green. I think it's so vintage. And inside is another piece of the calendar that's got a lovely cardinal in it. I just thought he was beautiful. So put him in here, peeking out of the pocket. I like to turn the window envelopes inside out so you can use the pretty pattern and not the junk. And we've got some pine cones and another junk envelope pocket. I know this comes out. So there you have that for journaling. You can get those packets at Dollar Tree that have the beautiful offcuts of textured papers and all varieties of colors. And when I see them, I pick them up and then I sort them by color. They're lovely, I think. This came from a calendar. Another beautiful bird. And the other side of the pocket, it's got some cards stuffed in there. Another index card that I copy dyed. This is an envelope that I made. And stuffed some tags in there, collage tags. Another receipt thing. Fabric yo-yo to embellish that side of the page. Journal here. I've got this clipped on. It's some fabric. She can remove it if she'd like to use it, or keep it on there. And then I use this clip, and I used a bulb pin to put a little charm on there. This was from a challenge, Haystack Creations, I believe a Facebook group got together. They did a fabric blingy fall flowers, so that's my attempt at making one, and so thought I'd send it with the Nature Journal. Got a little piece of broken jewelry, the rusty paper clip pinned to this fabric. Again, another pretty bird from the calendar. Laminated this leaf and made a pocket out of it. Popped in some journaling cards. This is a pocket in itself, so feel free, Cynthia, to go ahead and use this stuff as you wish. But this pocket's in the back. Sorry, I'm struggling, so getting a little awkward over here. Yeah, I'll get that in there later. A vellum corner pocket with a collage tag with a little fabric. Some tickets that were made from a freebie, probably from Graphics Fairy, if I was guessing. A lot of my stuff comes from Graphics Fairy. Then little fabric with a card. Journal card stuck in here and slipped within here. Get to that again. This came from an old coaster. It came from Germany. My grandmother sent it to me years and years ago, or she sent it to my mother, who then sent them to me. Another coffee dyed paper, but I thought she could use that if she wanted to. A lot of fun. And it's back on there. This is clipped on there, but I've sent these to Cynthia before, where it's the offcut from die cuts, and then I just kind of use them as tags and things like that. One of my first attempts at making a journal card, and on Nature Calls. And this is just a collage journal card. So it's tucked in here, which is a portion of a junk mail envelope. Put that back there. So I like using pattern paper to make the pages look old. This is a little daffodil button that is clipped onto that ball pin. So that probably came from Graphics Fairy. Another card, journal card tucked in behind that pocket. It's a collage tag maybe. Anyway, this is some Franken paper and another junk envelope. Have fun. More Kool-Aid dyed paper. This came from an adult coloring book. I used some, I never can remember, what's the stuff? Stickles, to kind of just make it look good. So that was silver, this is gold. So we are at the center of our last signature. Yes, we are. And then this one I think is the rose gold. So more coffee dyed or hand dyed paper, more Franken paper. This is a tuck spot with some index cards and a little embellishment up here. That was fun. A heart, another little card, seashells with some blue ribbon to decorate it up. So on this is coffee dyed paper, this is cardstock, and then this is just some old papers that I'm gonna send off with the journal. I made a button card, put some green buttons in there, And then this is just for Cynthia Penny from Including You Journals, made by me. And, one final journal card. There you go. So I hope you like it, Cynthia. I will include Cynthia's channel, Including You Journals. She's very inspiring, very pleasant, and is it's just nice to know her. So very glad. So the back of the journal is pretty plain, but I think it's kind of large enough. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this video wasn't too tedious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.